Hello, hello Virgo. Welcome to your March 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you are a sun, moon, or rising Virgo. And while I'm pulling these cards, set your intention. If you're looking for some specific information, ask for that now. Deep breath into the diaphragm. And I will let you know that this reading I've designed is kind of like a spring theme. Well, I'm in the northern hemisphere, so it works here. But it's about like manifestation, growth, abundance, all of that good stuff. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. And I will be doing the speed shuffling because I got a really good response. Everybody liked that. So I'm going to do that, and then we will get into your March reading. Okay, the truth bomb for you. Get your halo dirty. So this is stepping away from perfectionism. It looks like that is probably going to be an overdrive in March. If I can't do it perfectly, then I shouldn't do it at all. Or if I don't already know how to do it, I shouldn't even attempt it. You have to be careful with that because it's going to hold you back in a lot of other areas. So just remember that it's okay to screw up. And the more you remind yourself that, like, putting a toe out of line is not going to result in your life falling apart, be okay taking those risks, and it's going to open up a whole bunch of doors for you in March. And then we also have communication. Be more expressive this month. If you're kind of like playing with, should I reach out? Should I communicate? Should I make contact? The answer is yes. Like, communication is going to clear things up. And if you want clarity, the fastest way to do it is to communicate about it. Don't expect people to be telepathic this month. It's just not going to happen. The animal for you is the golden egg. If I remember correctly, this is heart chakra. Not totally, I don't totally remember that, but I am pretty confident that it is. So heart healing, it looks like everybody is doing a lot of healing work this month, at least from the readings that I have done, and you're probably not an exception to that. So understand that matters of the heart are typically the scariest, and it's, you know, that wound that we all kind of want to avoid. Any wounds of the heart typically take the longest to heal. They're typically the stickiest. And so this is really going to be a month where you have lots of opportunities to do some healing around this, but we're going to see how this manifests this month. And then the word of the month for you is mobilize, inspire others to action, find the will to get it done. Don't wait for your tribe, create it. And that second one, find the will to get it done. And it's kind of like being scared and doing it anyway should definitely be a motto for you, because it's kind of like not allowing yourself to get sucked into perfectionism or jumping to any conclusions this month. That's going to be that, because that'll hurt you if you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't move forward because I messed up or because I did this or because I did that. You're going to hold yourself back. So the central energy for you in March is the 10 of Swords. Let me pull the crossing energy. Honestly, okay, so 10 of Swords, first card that came up, I'm honestly not worried about it. Everyone is dealing with a purge or a healing or some type of release this month. It's freaking Pisces season, so just talk it up to it being a seasonal thing. That's what I've been telling all the other signs, is like, don't get too worried about it. It's just a super sensitive time. So you might actually be feeling like things are more intense than they actually are. Let's see what the crossing energy is. We have Judgment, so incubation. This is also showing isolation. And because what's sticking out is that this person is, or this, yeah, it's a person, I think, or a little mermaid. I don't know what it is, but it's hanging out all on its own. And it might be something where you are perceiving the Ten of Swords due to isolation, or you might be responding to the big release and purge that comes with the Ten of Swords with isolation. That might be the natural, like, oh, gotta clam up, gotta withdraw, gotta, you know, put up more walls and more borders. So as far as like emotionally, it's kind of like that looks like it's the reaction here. But let's see what you're clearing out, because this is going to give us answers about the Ten of Swords. So we have the Page of Wands. Let me clarify this. Queen of Pentacles. So this is you. It looks also like communication is changing. So that Mercury glyph is sticking out to me like a sore thumb. Okay, so this, honestly, I think that the plans that you were making, or maybe something that you wanted to pursue, or something that you wanted to go for, is shifting. So it's kind of like that big idea, that big vision, because the Page of Wands is like, I'm going to evaluate and inspect what it is that's going on, and then I'm going to move forward with it. But I think that there's a part of you that is like, no, I actually want to shift gears and change what I'm doing. Now this is all starting to make sense, because I think that the Page of Wands is that like excitement, right? Like the, ooh, that sounds like a really fun idea. Kind of like this is the page of like pipe dreams, just because there's so much energy but not as much maturity going into the decision making. And so you have the Queen of Pentacles that's clearing that up. I think that the way you're navigating this may have been scattered, and now you're going to have to go back to the drawing board. That's what this is saying. So the Ten of Swords is like, scrap that idea, let's put that to bed and sit and contemplate and get to a clear decision of how you're moving forward. I think that one of the things that may have been causing you to pull back or withdraw or not want to make a move is not feeling confident in where you were putting your energy, or where you were putting your thoughts or your actions. And so now it's like, maybe you did take some time to pull your energy back and reevaluate where you're putting it. But March is the month when you're going to want to start making those moves, despite this purge and release. So this is actually looking like personal decisions less than some external influence. We'll see what is happening in the external environment right here. I do have that card on the table, but just know that this is like an internal process that's being unearthed. And then what's to come? So the oncoming energy, Three of Wands. So big plans, big goals, big manifestations. So it's like that plot of land where you're figuring out, what am I going to put here? What am I going to build here? What am I going to construct? That's the oncoming energy. So you need to do this. It's better to release and get rid of crappy ideas before you start them. And that's what the Ten of Swords is. Like, maybe you were moving in a direction that just didn't feel good to you, and so you had to go back to the drawing board. And now that's going to inspire vigor and excitement and energy into your future plans. So to clarify the Three of Swords, not Three of Swords, Three of Wands, we have Justice. So way more balanced. I think that you're going to find that there's simply more energy to pour into whatever you're building here than whatever the old idea was, or whatever the old direction was. So I think you're just putting a lot of ideas to bed. Like, you're just like, nope, don't want to do that, or maybe that doesn't feel good, or I actually don't want to do that. And that's also why Get Your Halo Dirty is coming up. If you, like, let's say your parents have been pressuring you to go into finance for the past 10 years, and you decide that you dread it, you hate it, you don't want to do it, that's the Ten of Swords. It's like, nope, maybe I shouldn't go in that direction. It's just an example. Like, whatever you think you should do needs to be evaluated this month. Okay, so let's look at the external environment. What's going on in your world? The Emperor. Okay, so I'm getting strong male presence, whether this be a friend or a father figure or a partner or whatever, this looks like it's definitely a person that's sitting in your space and is either here to help, or it's something that's in progress. So this is awesome, like if you are geared towards relationships, kind of having that, or more specifically, if you're looking for a masculine, so someone who's running a lot of masculine energy and partnership, then that is definitely a positive omen there. This is also good for those of you that are looking for support, or like a business partner or a teacher or a mentor, or even someone in your family to kind of help you out. It looks like they're really making a prominent appearance in March, because this was like, boom, it's right there in front of my face. So this is really potent here. I guess I'll clarify this one as well, just to get a little bit more context on like what's going on with this Emperor. Five of Spring. Okay, so this is the Five of Wands, navigating, figuring things out, problem solving. So that you guys know, this is my favorite card in tarot, the Five of Wands, because it is a solution-oriented card. This is like, hey, we have this problem, or we have this thing that we want to do. How do we make it happen? How do we figure it out? And the Emperor is like completely on board with this. Like, yes, this is your problem-solving buddy. Like, this is the person that's able to better help you create connective tissue and get things mobilized. So I'm also getting that this Emperor character is really instrumental in what you're able to push forward and move forward with. So this looks awesome. I think that it's gonna really take you above and beyond, and you kind of have this, you're like releasing a younger, less experienced version of yourself and stepping into these new plans that you're making for yourself. But remember, there's always going to be a grieving period about like, oh, that thing that I was going to do and I'm not going to do it anymore. That kind of sucks. Like, it really does, having to either start from scratch or throw a good idea away. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've done that as well. So just allow yourself, if you're feeling bummed or you're feeling lost, it's okay to have a period of time like that. Just remember that it's a big freaking world. You're not stuck. You're not stuck with the Ten of Swords. This is just the need to release that thing that maybe you were planning on doing that just isn't doing it for you. Okay, manifestation advice. This is for anything that you are manifesting: partner, money, new home, new job, whatever. Advice for you: the Star. More is working out that you can't see, which is super, I'm gonna say it, it's annoying. It's annoying to not see things happening right before your eyes. It's annoying. It's kind of like working out. Like, if you're really trying to get ripped and build muscle, like, you're not going to see results overnight. It takes consistent, diligent action. And the Star is reminding you to put more trust that things are happening. And that can be really hard, especially since Virgo is a very task-oriented sign. It's hard to not overdo and overgive and overinvest. And so what you want to do is actually pull your energy away from the things that you want. Remember, this is one of my biggest pieces of manifestation advice, so listen up. If you are blasting energy at the thing that you want really intensely, you are going to repel it. So I know that there's plenty of people that tell you to sit around and think about what you need to obsess about all day is what you're going to manifest. That's garbage. If you're doing too much of that, it's going to repel it. So what you want to do is pull your energy back towards yourself, invest in yourself, invest in things that are supporting you, giving you more energy, or are indirectly contributing to this manifestation. So, like, that would be, if you are manifesting partnership, then it's going to be something like hanging out with friends, cooking yourself nice meals, doing things that really inspire that sensuality piece. And if you're doing stuff for business, then maybe it's networking, maybe it's putting out more content or putting out an email blast, but not necessarily only focusing on the very thing that you want. So it's about kind of like, if here's the thing that you're manifesting, you kind of want to get right up next to it and do some stuff around the situation in order to be a magnet for the thing you're looking for. So remember, it's about the actions that you're taking and what you're embodying, and how you're pulling your energy back towards yourself, because you need it to be embodied in order for that manifestation to come to you. Now, what is growing for you in March? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this, I'm gonna clarify this one as well, but it's kind of like that empty space. Anything could happen, infinite possibilities. And we have the Queen of Cups. So getting back to the emotional nature of the month and of the season. This is also a more sensitive side of your personality that is growing and you're kind of becoming more vulnerable, I would say, in a healthy way. So it's just about the combined effort of everything you have going and all the work that you're doing. And the more you're practiced at the vulnerability piece and the trusting piece, because this is all a lesson in trust and in putting your faith into things that you can't see. Really hard for earth signs to work outside of the intangible a lot of the times. So just know that that's kind of what you're working with, but it's because you have this reset button, the contemplation, and then building in a different direction. So you're going to have to make some big shifts to reorient yourself in a way that's really in alignment with you. And then while keeping in mind that you have a whole bunch of infinite possibility that's making an appearance and kind of opening up for you, as well as your personal sensitivity, vulnerability, emotional availability, that is all opening up and growing and developing in March. Now, what is abundance? So what do you have access to an abundance of in March? 5 of Pentacles. I'm going to have to clarify this one as well, just because of the position that this is in. Temperance. Okay. So it's kind of, I'm reading this as solutions again. So I think that there's going to be a few things happening. It's going to manifest differently for different people. Some of you are going to consciously say, this is something I don't want anymore. That's the 10 of Swords. And then saying, I need to figure it out again. That's judgment. And then actually doing it, 3 of Wands. For others of you, it's going to be getting consistent negative feedback about either your decisions or what you're doing, or something is going to feel really not quite right or not be going smoothly. And not for a reason that you just need to challenge yourself and get outside of your comfort zone, but because it's like trying to nudge you in a different direction. And so then it's kind of like, well, you don't have any choice. You need to come into alignment with yourself rather than like fighting for something that doesn't feel good. So I hope that makes sense. Like the difference between understanding what you need to move forward with and what you need to let go of is how do you feel when you're in the process? Because it's like you shouldn't quit a job because you butt heads with one person, especially if you love the work. But if every day you hate getting out of bed in the morning, then you're going to need to make some changes. So it looks like the opportunities to you have an abundance of opportunities to kind of come into equilibrium with yourself. This is also about people, because one thing that comes up with this card like really is the connection piece. So it's like you have people around you that do want to support you, that do want to help you. And with this Temperance, it's like being able to shift from, that sucks, which is the 10 of Swords, into I think I can build. And it's about that fine line and moving out of that poverty or what am I going to do, or I don't know how this is going to work out. Remember that big world, lots of solutions. Like we have trillions upon trillions of dollars that exist at any given moment. There's an abundance of resources and you want to step into more of that in order to help guide you in March. Okay, let's get into the timeline. So if you're new to my channel, we have the first quarter. It's about a week, but it's fluid because it is time, so it's not concrete. We have first, second, third, and fourth quarter. That'll be where you end the month. So first thing coming up for Virgo, we have the Empress, divine femininity, receiving, calling things in. Focus on sensuality. Remember what makes you feel good. Number one question to ask. Card number 2, or quarter 2, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Looks like you still really have your guard up. This is going to be a work-heavy period of time. It looks like you're just kind of trying to crank things out and get things done and make things happen. And then the third quarter, we have 10 of Cups. Okay, this is really exciting. So, you know, this is the happy, happy, joy, joy card. Things to celebrate, people to celebrate. Really great for those of you who are wanting relationships or in a relationship. Kind of like, yes, things are going well, things are bouncing back, things are improving. So I think you kind of get that glimmer of hope and seeing things in the way that they are moving. So it's kind of like you really have a lot to look forward to in March. It's just about doing the uncomfortable work of changing directions and coming into deeper alignment with yourself, which is what can be really frustrating, is that it can feel defeating to have to update things. Like, oh, I'm starting from square one, and you're not starting from square one. It's just that you're like steering the wheel a little bit rather than, you know, trying to totally veer off a cliff. You just need to constantly update and make adjustments. So all in all, the more you align yourself at the beginning of the month, the better the results are going to be in third quarter. And then wrapping up the end of March, we have the Devil. Okay, this actually looks like commitment. So that was the word that came up just because it's kind of like the binding is sticking out like a sore thumb. I'm not going to leave you guys with the Devil as the last card on the table. I'm too much. I am a softie sometimes. So to clarify the Devil, we have the Page of Pentacles. So that initiation, okay, this is really good because whatever you start in March, you have to commit to it. You really need to put yourself in a position of, this is something that I'm doing long term. This is what I'm laying the foundation of. This is what I'm committing to in order to move myself forward and to mobilize myself going in a direction that feels good. And the Devil is like, commit to it. Like, do not cave to like other obligations or other things that you want to make happen. Like, just stick it out. If there's something that you want, then stick it out. Be patient with it and commit to it. And that's what's going to lead to long-term results. So I actually see the Devil as being less about temptation and more about honoring your commitments that you're making to yourself, to the things that you would like to have grow, and to ultimately your healing. We're doing a 3-card pick, so you're welcome to choose a card that is calling to you. You can ask a question, you can ask for guidance. Card number 1. We have the 2 of Pentacles, so this is decision making, weighing out options, feeling things out. Like, it's okay if you need to take some time for decisions. It's not going to be something that you have to solve immediately. You can sit with your decisions and just kind of weigh things out and feel into your body. When you're trying to make a decision, sometimes if you have too much mental energy, you want to balance that out by going into your physical body. So exercise, stretch, get movement in however you can, get outside, do things that ground yourself, and that's going to help you kind of get out of your head and get into feeling. Card number 2, ignore the reversal. We have the Sun of Pentacles. So this is like work month. Or whatever you're doing to like make money or a passion project or something that you've committed to, this is just showing that it's like keeping your nose down, keeping your nose to the grindstone. Like, that's really coming up here with the Sun of Pentacles. It's just like, get to work on that thing. Like, there's so much payoff if you commit to that thing that you're wanting. Okay, and then card number 3, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is all about long-term vision. Another one of just such a great card because it shows like foundation matters. You have to think long term. If you only think exclusively in short-term pleasure, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Put your sight a little bit farther out and focus on what is my long-term big picture vision, and that is going to give you answers for what to do today and really lead to the ideal outcome that you like moving forward. All right, my friends, that is all that I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed this reading as much as I've enjoyed reading for you. And don't forget, if you want to work with me one-on-one or get your cards read or do an energy session with me, you are welcome to check out onyxhealing.com or go to the description box for all of the answers to your heart's desires. And I do monthly love and relationship readings on Patreon, as well as weekly sign-specific readings. Check that out in the description box. And if you are not already following me on Instagram, what are you doing? I have card pics on there. I love talking with you guys on there. It's been a blast. So follow me at Onyx Healing. And I wish you nothing but the best, Virgo. I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.